Let's get it started. I'm excited.
Welcome to the quad.
No, stop.
It was the quad.
It was the Quad Podcast. It was a podcast smash. It caught on in a flash. It was the Quad Podcast. It was the Quad Podcast. It was a podcast smash. It caught on in a flash. It was the Quad Podcast.
What's up, you guys? This is the Quad with Chris Young. As always, I am Chris. We got Haley the Bear. If you're confused as to why we're just randomly smiling at Ryan and creeping him out, it's because of the movie for this week. And also, producer Ryan.
I feel really creeped out by that. And by the way, you guys made quite the mistake today because I've got the buttons again.
Why did we do this?
Oh, dear Lord. Thank you guys.
That's why.
Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in, watching, listening, whatever you, however you consume the podcast.
You can consume the podcast. Don't you beat me to it, Bear. I see what you're doing over there. Nope, you're not going to beat me to it. You're not going to beat me to it. I know you were baiting me into this. You're baiting me into it, and it's not going to happen because I have the poll up.
As always, at the Quad, we talk about four things. Music, movies, sports, and a hot take.
Hot take!
That too.
Are you going to try the hot take?
Are you going to do it?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it
when
today
we get there?
because
Okay.
since
We are missing Josh.
We are missing Josh. He is in New York, the city of champions, by the way, this morning after the New York Liberty won a ring. Congratulations to our first ever guest, Sabrina Ionescu, on winning a championship. We'll get to that in sports, though, coming up. So
yeah, very, very excited for her. We were supposed to have a guest today, being as it is the end of the year, and it's 2024, which has been, I don't know about for everyone else, but this year just sort of sucks. I thought we got past it in 2020.
It's going to be a good end of the year. It's going to be a good end of the year.
No.
The fourth quarter.
Relatively sucks, right?
Fourth quarter is going to be good.
Yeah, fourth quarter is going to be great. It already is great for me, but yeah.
Anyways, it's being rescheduled.
Yes. Our guest, I believe,
it's being rescheduled.
Next week
they
or the
got
week
sick.
after. So.
Yeah, and so
or November actually. It looks
we were going to have a special guest for you guys this week, but they just I don't even know what the noise that's happening behind us is.
The heck?
What is that?
Someone rolling something. That was loud.
That was very loud.
Okay, first of all, we start this podcast off with you guys smiling at me, and now that's happening behind us?
I don't know.
What is going on right now?
Spooky season, man. It's
what
spooky
is
season.
going on right now?
Come on, spooky season. All right, let's go to the poll, Ryan. Hit us
Since
up.
you so
I almost hit a
quickly-
button. I was like, oh, is there a poll button? There's not a poll
there's
button.
not a button.
All right, so I'm going to go with the random poll we had first, which was cottage cheese ? Which was a very divided poll, for the record. 58% of the people said yes to cottage cheese.
Yes,
So they are fans,
let's go.
They are fans of curdled, nasty-ass milk.
Oh, come on.
But the question that preceded that, which was the poll this week for the hot take, was what goes in the bowl first? Is it the milk or is it the cereal?
In the bowl.
One of the most lopsided polls in human history. 97% of the people said the cereal goes in the bowl first. But the 3% of you, I see y'all.
I see you, and what's wrong with you?
I see y'all.
Right? It makes no sense.
What is wrong with you?
I see y'all. I feel y'all. I get it.
No, Ryan. Do not encourage
I
this.
I get it. We can move on, though.
I see what you did there. Also, just so you guys know, you can always go watch the podcast as well if you'd like to. It's on YouTube.
At the Quad with CY.
YouTube.com/@thequadwithcy. Go check that out.
Really easy way
Hi
to
for
do that.
anyone watching. I'm waving.
Yes.
You can't
Are
see
we
that if
waving
it's audio.
Thank you, Moncel, for throwing up the graphics there to inform the people who are probably watching on YouTube that are now know where to go on YouTube.
Well, also, we have been doing this now for obviously 4 years, and we're always growing. Moncel has now added cool little things to match our theme.
Spiders! Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah. Have you not seen this?
No, well,
Yeah, he's got constantly
that
stuff
I've
going on
seen.
for
I've
Halloween.
seen the skeleton dancing around us, but the
Yes, he does do
there
this.
it is.
There it is.
There he is.
There it is.
Hang on.
Okay. The skeleton's dancing. He's doing his thing. Okay. The skeleton may possibly be imitating Michael Jackson.
may or may not.
Yeah. So we're going to go to music. Do you know where that button is?
Music.
Nailed it!
Nailed it!
I love it. I love it. I love it. I
This
love
is
it.
all the pre-production we went over beforehand, and I memerized where it was, but I'm going to screw it up at some point. So
You're
Have
fine,
faith in
dude.
yourself.
I
I
believe
do.
in you.
I do. Thank you.
Okay. So, Posty was in Nashville.
He was.
Got a
He's been
chance
in
to
Nashville
go to
a
that.
lot, but specifically
he
playing a concert. Yeah.
Playing Nissan Stadium
Yes,
is
yes.
a little bit different.
Pretty darn cool.
His very first ever stadium concert.
Yeah.
Fitting that it was here.
Got a chance to go hang out and be there. A lot of people from Nashville that I know were there at the concert. Absolutely amazing time. Yeah, I loved it. Moncel, I know you were there too.
He was.
Were you? Yeah, you were there. I think the only person that wasn't there was you, right?
Yep. But I heard a lot about it. So, and I saw a lot of videos, so I felt like I was there because everybody that was there was sharing, and so. But yes, it was certainly an event. I did have honestly, I wish I was there instead of watching, my college football team lose their fourth consecutive game in a row. So now I'll
get to that.
take up that opportunity.
We'll get to that.
But
there was a lot of
good show though.
Football disappointment this week.
Good show. The crowd I saw, a sold out crowd too.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was a great show. I wish his stage would have came out into the crowd instead of being just like a normal stage that you would see not in a stadium, but I still had fun. Because everyone on here knows, if you've been listening since the beginning, I love Post Malone. I've been a big fan of him. So this whole new country era is pretty cool, and I actually do like his country album, but it is nice that he did play his hip hop songs because we all know, love that. So it was nice. But kind of like Moncel had mentioned, we were talking about earlier, he used a band to play his hip hop hits.
Cool.
No, his hip hop hits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, instead of what normal hip hop artists would
Oh, nice.
use.
So
Yeah.
he made it Nashville-esque, if you will,
Yes.
for his music.
Not even that so much as it was just like sort of a different interpretation of the stuff that you would normally hear him do. But I thought it was really cool. It was an amazing show. Happy to be there. And,
I heard there was one cameo, right? There was a cameo of someone who came out on stage.
Yes, Blake Shelton.
There you go. I heard there was from the F1 Trillion album. Mm-hmm. Nice.
It's very cool. Outside of that, since we don't have Josh today, should we do demo day?
I think it's demo day. Demo day. Demo
All right.
day. Demo
So
day.
these are literally demos of songs that no one has heard yet. And basically, when I go in to write and sit down, I never talk about this part of it as much as I guess I should. Because I was having a conversation with somebody and they were like, yeah, we wish you talked more about the fact of like how you make music and how it gets done. These are all day of. So this is regardless of what my voice sounds like, who I was writing with. We left that day with this demo. And normally it could take anywhere from 45 minutes to several hours.
When you say day of, is writing a part of the process even before demo gets done? Like from writing, from inception to demo?
I have songs, like I always have titles, melodies, half-finished songs. It sort of just depends when you're co-writing with a lot of people. Everybody always asks, like, what's it like? I wish you would film actually going down and recording. And I feel like if you tried to do that, it would almost ruin the process because it's supposed to be just natural and like off the cuff. So these are a couple of songs that no one's heard yet.
Demo
so
day.
we're going to get
And yes,
day.
if you're listening to this a year from now or 2 years
And it
from
gets
now
removed.
and it gets quiet, it's because it has actually been released.
Yeah. Let me see what I
But
wanna
you got a good year or 2 years before you.
I really wanted to play the song that Ty wrote. One of my writers, Ty Graham.
You may have seen him appear a couple times on
Yeah,
Chris's shows.
you've probably seen him at a couple of my shows. His car got towed last night.
Yeah, so we'll wait on
So
that.
he's dealing with that. So I don't want to do that without his permission, even though I could, I guess. But
New song coming up, by the way, Tow Truck, that'll be debuting.
okay.
So what's this one called?
So this song, actually, you know what? I'm gonna play two.
Ooh,
Demo day. Demo day.
the perks of listening to the Quad with Chris Young. You get
Yeah,
you
this
get
is
sneak peeks.
This is definitely a sneak peek day. So this song is called "Good As Yours." I haven't said it yet, but from the day that we first met, good Lord, I knew you were an angel. This racing in my chest when your lips meet my lips, we got something special. If you want it, girl, it's good as yours. I'd hang the moon, I'd touch the ocean floor. You just say the word and I'll do what it takes to make you mine. Give you everything and more. This whole heart and all my time. I ain't found a love that's good as yours. I want you every day. Guess what I'm trying to say is if I get it, girl, you got it. My mornings, my midnights, that seat on the shotgun side, last name, rest of my life. Anything that's mine is good as yours. I'd hang the moon, I'd touch the ocean floor. You just say the word and I'll do what it takes to make you mine. Give you everything and more. This whole heart and all my time. I ain't found a love that's good as yours. All right. So that's one of the songs that I've been working on, and
I love it.
This
so
thank
fun.
you,
So
Thank
good.
you. This other one, I did not write this song, and that's one of the things that I love telling people about is when I find something that I'm like, man, I wish I had that idea first. So I'm only going to play a verse chorus of this one since
right.
it's mine. I've gotten permission, but
Fire it up.
This is a sad one.
I was always a boy at the party with the six string. She was a girl next door, born to be the prom queen. And how I felt about her, hell, I never told her. Never played her a single song I wrote her. And I didn't have the heart to tell her no the night she asked. So here I am on stage, she's wearing white and I'm wearing black. I sing a song, he takes her hand, just the two of them for their first dance. I'll try and fight back the tears, even though I know I can't. We're both here tonight for her. He loves her now, but I loved her first. Her better half and her best friend. We're both leaving with a wedding band.
Well, damn. We went from one extreme to the other.
Yeah, I know. It's opposite day.
I went from like jumping out of my seat to sobbing over here.
Yeah, I know. Are you going to call out who wrote that?
Yeah, Tony Lane, Josh Phillips, both people I've written with, but JP is one of my good buddies, so I got to hear that before anybody else. Very happy to have it.
And he really wanted you to have it.
Well, I really wanted to have it too.
It's great. It's that twist. We're both leaving with the wedding band. Like that's just
Question on Good As Yours. Really like that tune. Take me through the process of like writing that, demoing that, how excited you were when you heard it, because you were pumped to play that before we even started this podcast and just felt really excited about that song and the potential that it has.
Yeah.
Take me through that process. Like when did this...
and the fact that it sounds good, even just as a demo.
So good.
I wrote that with 3 other people, and honestly, it really started off with the melody of that.
It builds up. It's such a good build up.
It's an interesting scale that's played, and shout out to Tranny Anderson, who writes a lot for Lainey Wilson and is an absolutely fantastic songwriter. That was her melody when she came in that day. And I was just like, yep, we're writing that.
Yep.
I don't even care what the title is. We're writing that. Yeah. Like that melody is so cool.
Like you felt that melody throughout the song. You're like, that's it.
That is the hook, as much as anything else. And the song is fantastic. And obviously I had a great time writing it with all of them. But yeah, I was just like, okay, this is what we're doing today. I like
so,
this.
Number 15. Mark it down. You heard it here first.
Good Lord.
On October 21st, 2024. That will be number 15th, number 1.
Oh, 15th. Now I get it.
I got it right.
There's the spoiler. That's going to be 15th, number 1 right there.
Well, let's go to what are you listening to, since now I already played a couple things. I'm going to lay out of this one, but I want to hear from both of y'all what you've been listening to.
Bear, what you got?
There's this girl that I've never really heard of before, but again, I will listen to Apple Music and new songs will come play across it, and I end up finding new artists that I love. And this is Gracie Abrams, and That's So True. And it's a part of her new album that she just dropped. So
I like that.
I like it.
I like that a lot. Mine is actually a band that opened up for Post Malone. At his show.
Muscadine
Bloodline, who I found out about.
I love them.
All the way back in 2016, I think, or 2017. They've been around for a while. They were playing at Tortuga. Tortuga is one of my favorite music festivals on the planet. And so I had a playlist and I started listening. I was like, damn, this group is awesome. Like they are sick. And so I'll play one of their old schools. Porch Swing Angel is one of my favorites that they've written and have on one of their original albums. So Porch Swing Angel by Muscadine Bloodline.
Porch Swing Angel. Yeah,
got my heart.
I love that song.
Tangled. It's awesome. It's really good. So, yeah, shout out to them, man. That's pretty cool that they got to open up for Posty, and big fan of theirs. If you haven't checked them out, make sure you do. And by the way, every song we have that we do on what we're listening to is on a Spotify playlist. Josh updates it every week, so go and check that out. And
maybe not this week.
The most diverse playlist you will ever listen to.
It's all over the place.
It's a little bit NSFW.
Not safe for work.
Some of
a little
it is
bit
not safe for
NSFW.
work.
So,
yeah. All right, let's go to sports.
Sports.
2 for 2. Texas? It's definitely not the Cowboys. They were off this week, so you can't be frustrated.
The Cowboys and the Bears were off this week.
Only one of my teams could lose this week. And
how'd that feel?
They did.
Both mine lost. Anyway. At least they're still top 5, I think, 8 people.
By the way, congrats to Georgia fans. So many of my friends are Georgia fans. And they wanted me to go to that game. A couple of my friends did. And I was like, absolutely not. I don't want to do that. And the main reason was because I knew this was a possibility. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Arch Manning is better than Quinn Ewers.
You're not wrong. I mean, he's definitely
I
got
hate
Manning
saying
blood.
that. Well, no, I hate saying that because I love Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers has given a lot to this team over many, many years of a college career, which is not recognized the way it used to be. But man,
Quinn Ewers is a top 5 projected quarterback in the upcoming NFL draft, by the way. So a lot of pro potential. And he's had his moments.
Top 5 NFL quarterback, which could mean third round.
Could very well mean third round.
Yeah.
But a guy that obviously has some pro potential, who's won a lot of big games for Texas. But everybody knows the Manning era is upon us at some point. Is it now?
I don't know, man. They definitely have a quarterback controversy after this week, in my opinion, and that's just one person's opinion. But
still ranked 5th, by the way, even after the loss to Georgia, still 5th ranked. Which, by the way,
so
with an
they
expanded
swap
playoff,
places with Georgia.
Basically, yes, and every single SEC team has at least one loss. So there's a lot of parity in the league.
That's the other thing is I feel like this was almost predestined from the perspective of if Texas loses, now it's wide open and it's a race to the finish.
But why? This is where the rankings.
I do hate that A&M is ranked number 1 because they're 4-0 in conference.
And no, number 1 is Oregon.
No. I'm not talking about the AP poll.
In the SEC.
Yeah, in the SEC.
Even though A&M is 14th in the AP poll.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Even though A&M, they're probably just dancing across the finish line.
And where's Alabama now that they lost to Tennessee?
Alabama in these rankings.
Not well.
No.
They're unwell.
They're very unwell.
Which is crazy because Georgia lost to Alabama, but Tennessee.
They're not in there.
Or Texas beat Alabama, right?
Did you think you would see the day? Did you think you would see the day where Vanderbilt would be in a top 25 and Alabama would not be?
They're not in the top 25 at all?
They're not in the top 25 at all.
They're completely out.
And everyone's going to blame because it's Saban not there anymore. Or it's because teams all over the SEC actually are getting good players because of the NIL.
Or maybe it's the NIL deals.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Also a very, very funny turn of the tide maybe with college sports. We now live in a world
of the tide?
There you go. We now live in a world where Indiana is ranked higher than Alabama in football, and Alabama is ranked higher than Indiana in basketball. What a weird world we live in.
It doesn't even make no sense.
Just to mention one more thing, I'm sorry, Montel. Florida beat Kentucky 48-20. I'll take it. You know what? We're still 4-3, but at
tell you what, they played better.
Montel, if you just want to edit this part out,
let me have it
over
because
here.
After the first opening game of the season, I was like, we're done. But I think.
Just for the rest of the podcast, Montel, just don't have her in here. Just don't.
What? No, but I'm saying is
get her out of here. Get her out.
I like
it's just me and Ryan. Hell yeah.
I like Lagway.
She just. There it is. And we're the 3 best friends that anyone could have.
Wait,
we're the 3 best friends.
I'm stuck now.
Oh no!
Jesus.
Oh God!
I like Lagway better than.
Well, that's good because Mertz is out for the season.
Well, so I know
you're going to have Lagway playing for the rest of the year.
No, I actually like him better, and a lot of other people agree with that. And after this game, I think it's a pretty good sign. So maybe with how the SEC is going, we can somehow make it in if more teams start adding losses to their roster.
You got a very, very, very tough schedule to finish out the year. So
yes, indeed you do.
The toughest
Just
schedule
like
in the
the
country
Bears.
over the final 4 games, but
Just like the Bears.
But we shall see.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get to NFL. Or actually, you know what?
Let's go to fantasy first.
First of all, no. Before we go to fantasy, before we go to NFL, congratulations, Sabrina.
Yeah, the
Give
New
credit where
York
credit is
Liberty.
due.
Sabrina, by the way, she had that game winner from the logo. There were record-setting crowds. This honestly is a really cool moment for the WNBA. Like this was encapsulating what was a record-setting season for them, and to see Sabrina come out with a ring at the end of it, after I think they had 4 previous times they had made it to the WNBA Finals and not won the title. And by the way, it's really cool to see the Liberty win a title before the Knicks had won one since the last one. So,
Ouch.
No, seriously, big for the city that never sleeps. Awesome for Sabrina. Again, she was our first guest ever on this podcast.
I know.
It's really cool to see her bring home some hardware.
We ought to have her back on.
We definitely
should.
We definitely do.
If she has time. Like,
As her victory tour?
Yeah, I was going to say,
We'll
she's
reach
making a victory lap right now. So, if she could, but
we'll reach out. Sabrina, if you're listening, you're coming back on.
And we love you.
We do love you. That's awesome.
Cheers. One more time.
We're happy for you. Well deserved.
Sabrina Ionescu, changing the game and winning titles.
NFL. My team wasn't playing, so they couldn't lose.
Same.
You guys look at me for that because my team did lose.
we are looking at you.
My team did lose, and Tua's coming back next week, though. Did you hear that? Tua will be back next week.
I'm still iffy about the whole situation because all it takes is one more. And
I think he's going to, honestly, you know what I saw this weekend, which was actually rare, and I think you guys watched some of the early games too? A lot of players are wearing those Guardian caps. Have you seen that more and more in games?
Yes, and
I was
think
actually kind of surprised, and I wouldn't be shocked if Tua comes out wearing that.
He better.
As he comes back. I think that is the number one thing for him. He has to wear those Guardian caps moving forward.
Absolutely think he should do that.
But a little stat for you. The Dolphins last year, you remember when I celebrated in week 3 after they scored 70 points against the Broncos?
Yes,
They have scored 70 points all season long this year. So,
hooray.
Saturdays and Sundays suck. I mean, I'm just done with Saturday. I'm done with the weekend. The weekends are terrible.
Welcome to what my life
it's just terrible.
has been. And again, I know Bears had a bye week, but starting next week is when we start playing really good teams.
The really tough teams.
Yeah, we start with the Commanders, which they've actually came out. I'm very shocked at the Commanders.
They look really good.
Look, when you got a good quarterback.
If you're in the NFC East, do not sleep on the Commanders.
Yeah.
Because 1-800-BETS off if you have a gambling problem. But
they beat up on Carolina yesterday. They beat up on Carolina, but yes.
I know it's Carolina, but they look really good.
They do. And Jaden Daniels left yesterday's game with an injury. He's going to be okay. He's expected to play next week. But look,
he looks fantastic.
When you've got a guy at that position.
If only the Chicago Bears could have gotten Jaden.
I foresee only one more for sure win in our future. And that's against the Patriots. That's the only game I could see us winning in our upcoming schedule.
Do we think Jalen Daniels is...
Jaden Daniels?
Sorry, I said Jalen. Yes. Do we think he is that much better
than Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yes.
There had not been... I believe the stat came out prior to this past start, like the first 5 or 6 games of a rookie quarterback's campaign, like...
By the way, he has a rib injury, and he said he's feeling good following injury.
He'll be all right.
So, Jaden Daniels, heal up. I've had a rib injury before. It's not fun.
No, it's painful.
Especially when anything that you do is either physical or requires you to intake, I don't know, air.
You want to know what
to breathe,
to sing.
You want to know what's crazy?
Breathe or sing.
It's not a lot of fun.
Is I'm looking at the NFC, and Bears are last in our division at 4-2. Yet we still have, like, everyone else last in their divisions, like 2 and something.
That is one of the that is the toughest division.
NFC North, the Lions are 5-1, Vikings are 5-1, Packers are 5-2.
Yeah, it's the toughest division in football. Everyone thought maybe it would have been the AFC East. No, it's not. It's the NFC North this year.
By the way, no. Okay. I'm just going to say it because everyone poops all over the Cowboys every year. The toughest division. No. Hang on. It's easy to say that when you're missing all 4 of your defensive line starters and a corner and some of your offensive line.
Yeah, they're injured. They're very injured.
What do you want them to do?
I agree.
Like everybody keeps throwing shade
if they can
at
get
Dak.
healthy, they're going to be better.
No. Everybody keeps throwing shade at Dak, and I get it that I sound like a Cowboy apologist because I'm a Cowboys fan and because I know Dak. This one's not on him.
The good news is he got a ring finally. We got
Congrats, Dak.
We got
on your
engaged.
engagement.
Congrats, Dak. Let's go, baby. That was tongue in cheek. That was tongue in cheek.
No, he. By the way, he gave a ring.
Correct. He'll get a ring.
Yeah,
you know.
and by the way, seriously,
That
congrats to them. But that you're a butthole.
Look, even though I'm in this seat, I can still be the butthole that I am in that seat.
Yeah. Look, you can't do anything when you're that injured. And by the way, I still say the NFC East is the most dangerous division in pro football. And everybody always looks at me side-eyed, just like, oh, whatever.
The Giants...
If you go by division...
Eagles are okay.
And I don't mean AFC and NFC.
Yeah.
If you go by division...
Not conference, by division.
They have more Super Bowls over the past several years than any other division.
That division, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
It is the most difficult division to play in.
It is.
Can I get
historically speaking?
I'm looking at the talking about divisions and schedules. You know how the Chiefs are 6-0. Can I get on their schedule because they play the Raiders, the Bucks, the Broncos, the Bills, the Panthers, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Browns, the Texans, the Steelers, and the Broncos.
Well, that was one of the things that I wanted to bring up too because
they're high stepping in. Yeah, you know what? While Josh isn't here, we can actually talk crap about the Chiefs because
they are 6-0 and the only undefeated team in the NFL.
Okay,
do you see their
they're 6-0 as developed by the referees.
First time under Patrick Mahomes' career that he started 6-0, and he has been awful this season, and they're still 6-0. They're still winning games. He didn't throw a
touchdown.
They're still winning games.
He didn't throw a touchdown.
He has 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions all year long.
He did not throw. First of all, that being that lopsided is a problem, and it will rear its head at some point.
Or they get better somehow because Mahomes starts playing better, and they're on their way to a three-peat. That's the alternative.
Well, with this schedule, yeah.
Dude.
I mean, they're going to be the number one seed in the AFC.
They scored. Did he throw a touchdown?
No. He threw 2 interceptions.
Was it last night? No.
Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday they had the late game. Yeah. Against it was a rematch of the Super Bowl against the 49ers.
And
the Niners.
So did he throw a touchdown?
He did not.
And they won 28 to what?
28-18. They covered the spread, for the record.
For one. Yeah, but he didn't throw a touchdown.
I know. And they're 6-0. They're 6-0. It's like, say what you want. Again, say what you want, how bad he has been, and Rashee Rice and the injuries they've had. Yet still, they are sick. They are the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
Congratulations,
and clearly don't have a very tough road to get to the number one seed in the AFC because the Bills aren't going to challenge them this year, and the Ravens have been up and down, and I don't know anybody else in that conference that's going to challenge them. So,
you want to say anything about baseball before we get off?
I do. World Series matchup is set. It is Major League Baseball's dream matchup. They got exactly what they wanted when the season started. It is the Yankees and the Dodgers. L.A. versus New York.
Oh, gosh.
It's going to be
long travel.
It's going to be a long travel, but honestly,
so much for the Mets. Womp womp.
I'm really excited for this World Series matchup. Yes, it's chalk, if you will, from 2 really good teams, but you've got stars upon stars. You've got Shohei Ohtani finally on the big stage for the first time in his.
I want to watch just for.
I got really excited.
Breathe. You got really excited.
Shohei the money. Shohei Ohtani on the big stage for the first time in his career. You've got Juan Soto, just absolute stardom. The Yankees, that offense is starting to show how dangerous they are. Oh, I like that. Shohei is money.
Yeah, exactly.
Good World Series matchup on deck. Do we have predictions for who we think will come out on top, either the Yankees or
I'm going to root for Shohei
Dodgers?
The whole time. I don't care.
I am going to root as a player for Shohei, but I think the Yankees win it this year.
Dating back to the 1940s when they were both in New York, this is their record 12th World Series matchup for the record, though it's been 43 years since they have met in the Fall Classic. So here we go. New York's 44th World Series appearance, which is crazy to me that they've had 44 for the Yankees. This is going to be the first World Series with 50 home run hitters on both sides and one of only a few to feature both the AL and NL MVPs. So,
when does it start?
Game 1 should be soon.
I was going to say very, very soon.
Yes. I'll find that out soon.
Ryan's while you're looking that up, Ryan.
I believe it's coming up this week.
I have one more thing to bring up that is NFL related. And if you didn't see it, holy crap.
Game was on fire.
I have never seen the amount of disrespect from one player to another like I saw the other day with DK Metcalf literally just walking with one hand on another player like this, and he grabbed the player and just pushed him down the field.
Well, he's a physical specimen. If you see DK Metcalf,
he is a huge person.
Yeah, there's.
But I mean, dude, look at this image.
Yeah. Wait, what?
He just grabbed this guy by the collar and
Security.
is walking. He looks completely casual. He's got one hand out for those that aren't watching on YouTube, and he's just got a hold of this guy, and he's walking him out like it's time for him to go to his car. Like he just
time to go, sir.
Absolutely
it's time to go.
Removed this other player from the game. It is so disrespectful, and it made me laugh so incredibly hard because when you're up, like those guys are specimens.
Yeah.
And if you're in the NFL and you can grab another player and just walk them out like they're leaving a bar at the end of the night and it's time for them to go home.
At the end of a bar?
At the end of a bar. Yeah. But seriously, he just walked this dude with one hand. And he doesn't even look like he's trying to, like, push him.
No, he's just, again,
he just grabbed him and was like, oh, it's time for you to leave.
When you were the top 1% of the 1%, and then your physique is even more impressive on top of that, yeah, pretty crazy. Okay, so who picked who in the World Series? Who we got?
I said I'm rooting for Shohei. That's
so Dodgers.
Yanks.
Okay, Yankees. I've got Yankees. I think the Yankees come out on top in this one. Right. They're clicking on all cylinders. So.
But also, why don't we go over fantasy really quick?
Do we have to?
No, we don't have to worry about that.
You guys are playing each other. I beat Josh last week, by the way. If we want to,
we are playing each other, but
oh God, you crushed me this week.
Yeah, I got crushed too.
Oh my God.
Oops.
Jeez, Louise, CY, like 134 to 93. Like, what are we doing here?
well, you still got
Baker.
You got Mayfield.
Yeah, I need 50 points for Mayfield tonight.
low key sneaky is.
I don't know if you know math, but that's 40, not 50.
I wanted a little bit more of a padded lead, and no, I don't math very well. You know that.
No, I was on a losing streak, and then I did beat Josh last week. But low key sneaky, who has probably the best record, is Stacy.
Yeah,
oh, for once in this league, for once in this league, he shows up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Poor
He's
Michael.
5-1.
Poor Emre and poor Colby.
Oh, look who's at the bottom of the Eastern
Justin
Conference
Nunley.
And Justin.
Oh
Nunley.
no.
The two gentlemen at the bottom of the standings here is
Justin
Monsell and Justin
Nunley. You know what? Actually, let's call Nunley. Let's see if he
no.
answers.
Wait, is Michael not at the bottom right now? Because I think he is.
No, it's Monsell. Buddy. Oh, buddy.
I'm actually playing Nunley this week.
Here we go.
And I'm going to beat him. Can't say that and jinx myself.
Hello.
Hey, why does your fantasy football team suck so much?
Dude, what has happened?
I'm sorry.
It looked so promising after the first week.
We're recording the podcast right now, and Haley's already chirping that she's going to beat you next week.
Granted, your defense.
I'm playing him right
You
now.
know what?
I'm playing him right
Anybody could beat me.
Well, when you're starting a defense on bye, yes, that probably will happen.
Well, in my defense on that, I'm in Vegas.
Okay. Defense taken.
All right, dude.
It's so bad.
Wait, it's so early over there. Why'd you answer the call? Get some sleep.
It's Chris Young calling.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, stop. All right, that's enough.
Love you, buddy.
I hope you win a lot of money.
Appreciate it, bro.
Bye, buddy.
Well, it's early over there. What are you doing?
I was like, I thought about that too. Oh, man.
All right.
All right, let's go to movies. Let's see if you know the button.
That one. Yes.
Movies.
Wasn't paying attention.
Oh, and just like that.
I was look 2 for 3. It's pretty good. That's my high school batting.
That's good average.
That's my career high school batting average. So
not like this. Movies. All right.
Smile 2 was the movie this week.
Everyone
And
give
Ryan
their
did
best
not
smile
watch
to
it.
the camera.
No, please don't.
And then the
And the
spider crawling across the frame. Thanks, Monsell.
Great. Is Monsell going to use that as a capture for the cover?
I hope not.
God.
Okay. About to embark on a new world tour, global pop sensation Sky Riley begins to experience increasingly terrifying and inexplicable events. Overwhelmed by the escalating horrors and pressures of fame, she must face her dark past to regain control of her life before it spirals out of control. 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, 2024 horror mystery.
You know it's good if Rotten Tomatoes gave it 84% for...
I think that's underrated.
Yeah.
I think it's underrated. I'm gonna say it. Naomi Scott crushed in this movie. She was so good. All the applause to her. Very gory at certain parts. So if that's not your thing, we try and pre-warn you guys about some of these movies.
And as we talked about, we did talk about Smile, the first one. And
Yes.
we all talked about how we liked it until the ending, and the ending kind of just ruined it for us. Well, this was unbelievably good through the beginning to the end.
You have to understand, it's a movie. You have suspension of disbelief at a couple parts where it's like they're kind of overselling the hit the spoiler button.
Time for some spoilers.
They oversell the the manager and the parent and the label and all these people are like super pressuring to this person who has been through all this stuff. It's exaggerated, obviously, and it's a horror movie, and it's about a demon, basically, that would not exist in real life. We hope.
Right.
But I thought they nailed this movie, and I went into it. I think I even said, like, I wasn't looking forward to it. I was like, okay, whatever. I loved it. I thought they absolutely crushed the idea of this. And again, hit the spoiler button one more time because I'm about to ruin the end of the movie if you haven't seen it.
No.
I'm gonna say it real fast.
Right, you skip about 45 seconds.
Yeah. So basically, at the end, she ends up on stage in front of the audience, and the whole thing about the curse or the monster
How it
or
passes
whatever it is.
itself.
Yeah, is that if they
have to die
unalive
in
themselves in front of someone else, then it passes on to them. And she does it in front of an entire crowd of people.
Thousands of people. So you know it's setting up.
Smile 3 is coming.
It's setting it up to be like, do we think that now it multiplies and there's a bunch of them and it's sort of like a zombie virus thing? Like what's going on? I think it's amazing how they set up the film. There's another twist in the middle that I'm not going to ruin.
There's a lot
where
of
she's in the
twists.
car.
Yes, there's a lot of twists in this, and yes, there's definitely a lot of jump scares in a sense of not like it's just abrupt. Like without trying to give stuff away. I know we gave away the ending, but still, the creature itself, obviously, when it finally does its reveal, it's so creepy.
Ugh, I don't
And again, some of the up closes of the face that turn into things.
The
are
creature
just creepy.
the creature design is absolutely fantastic.
And as
And
you
that's
guys
so hard to do.
and as you guys explained to me, the reveal of said creature is one of the moments in this movie you do not.
Yeah,
that stands out.
if you do not like gory moments in a film, you're not going to like this one.
Shout out to Parker Finn, by the way, the writer and director,
Yes.
because it is kind of rare to have a sequel be much better than the first. And this, Apparently,
I thought
from
it was.
all accounts,
I thought
was
it was.
better than the first.
It was 10 times better than the first one. Again, the first
and
one
it
was
outpaced
great.
at the box office. By the way, it surpassed Smile 1's opening weekend at the box office.
And so obviously I'm assuming they took to heart how a lot of people probably did not like how it ended in the first one. But you kind of still need to watch the first one
And you
to
know,
fully grasp.
So you do.
Hang on.
You have to watch one?
Hang on. No, you don't. You have to understand the concept of the first one at the very least.
Yes.
This is not one you want to go into blind, because otherwise you don't understand. And it sort of gets explained by one character at one point where they do the meetup at the bar. And
yeah, but you want to know what's going on before then.
yeah, of course. Also, this creature can like manipulate what you see and what you remember, and so everyone around her thinks she's going crazy, and that she's like falling back. I loved the twist of like
Substance
using real
abuse,
life problems and using that as a crux of why no one believes her. It's very heavy. It's a lot of very, very heavy ideas and things that obviously some people deal with, which is not making light of that. It adds more gravity to the story to me, because everyone around her is like, you're just spiraling out of control. But really, it's this demon that's causing these problems.
Bear, you're a known scary movie aficionado, at least to me, someone who tries to force me to watch scary movies all the time. Where's this one on your pantheon of scary movies?
Okay,
is this one up there?
Oh, by the way, you act like I'm not.
No, you are. I'm more directing towards her
So
because she pokes fun at me for all my jump scares and how
so
much I
this
don't
is
enjoy
definitely going into my top maybe 8 of favorite scary movies.
Whoa, of all time?
Yes, because the creature's cool. The creatures are cool. I want to watch it again. The jump scares are great.
Wow.
Yeah, and the storyline
Wow.
is great. And also, I'm not
Some
going to
high
lie,
praise.
this is about a pop star. I loved her music in this movie. I would be a fan of hers in real life. If she was a real pop star, her song was great. It looks like her tour would have been great if it wasn't for what happened in the movie. But
Oh, God.
I will say, I love whoever took the aspect of her being a pop
as a
star knew what
musician,
they were
so-
doing.
A lot of these things in this movie scared me.
That's great.
So maybe that's why I liked it so much. It's because I like being scared. But I was like, oh, God.
But like
That could happen.
Like Chris said, her as the lead was phenomenal.
She was great.
Even the supporting actors did a great job. They casted very well for this movie. The writing was good. Like I said before, the pacing was awesome. Sometimes like these movies can drag out for so long just to get to the point.
Okay,
I mean,
one more.
Time for some
Since I know you're never going to watch this movie,
Oh, God, no.
there's a
Less
point
forced.
where she gets into the car with her friend who,
this is a twist.
there's a lot of build up to, like, she had ruined their relationship and she had called her, and like the friend had come over and quote unquote spent the night at her house and was just helping her get through like all the stuff she was dealing with,
Asked
because
her to
she's
go on tour with her.
yeah, she's having all these problems and she's stressed out and freaking out because of the demon, and she like escapes from
A mental health.
a mental health facility, and like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Runs
and she
into San
like
Fran.
runs into the street, and she grabs her and she's like, I'm not leaving you. And so she jumps in the car to drive the car away. And she is looking at her, and her phone rings, and it's her friend that's driving the car.
Oh,
And she's
God.
like,
Oh,
hey,
God.
you called me like 2 days ago, and I'm sorry I haven't called you back, but I just never thought you'd reach out to me.
So the friend never
The
was
friend
there.
never was there. Like,
begin
So
with.
who's
all
driving
of
the car?
stuff- exactly. And she turns around and smiles at her.
I've got goosebumps. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
No.
It's
No.
Even-
Dude,
even
I am. My skin is crawling right now.
And she like freaks out, and she realizes that she's driving the car.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yes.
Whoa, dude.
So
What a
with
mind
all-
bleep.
with all of these spoilers that we've given you, if you guys have not decided to fast forward through the spoilers,
Yeah, sorry about
I
that.
still suggest you go see it because these are just bits and pieces of all the things that are happening, and it'll still be a shock to you because you don't know when it's going to happen.
It's wild.
Sweet.
It's
And maybe
wild.
I will see it. You know what? I think you guys have scared me into oblivion here, where maybe I will go see it with my eyes closed.
Okay, so what are we doing for
I
next
remember
week?
I had the suggestion, The Addams Family. One of my favorite, one of my favorite Halloween
absolutely.
movies of all time.
Here we go.
I love The Addams Family. This is 1991, I believe.
All right.
I believe
That's
it's
what
the
we're
one from
doing next week.
1991.
So not the old black and white show.
No.
No, the movie.
Yeah, 1991 is the one that came out. 1991 with Angelica Huston.
Yes.
Christina Ricci.
Yes. I love that.
Julia. Yeah, I love that movie. It's a really good. It's a really good like October Halloween-ish movie. Every year
honestly,
I end up watching.
I forgot the last time that I watched this movie. I forgot about how like Uncle Fester happens in this movie. So I love this movie.
It's a good one.
Yeah. All right. Well,
And
that's
I
what
don't
we're
have to
doing.
be scared like entirely.
Let's go to the hot take.
Hot take!
Hot take. You guys missed it. I know you
I'm
did.
sorry
I know
for
you did.
anyone that was listening
Yeah,
to this in their car.
or
and Ryan
earbuds,
just scared the crap out of you.
and you just
Yeah.
If
Airbuds.
you need new earbuds, don't hit me up.
Airbuds a dog. AirPods.
Earbuds.
There it is.
I do love golden retrievers.
Okay. So for this week, I
Thought Haley had a good one this week. didn't I?
Do.
I had one,
I know, and she was like she was
but
felt pretty
Haley
confident in this one.
insisted.
Yep.
So Haley, take it
Fair.
away.
I'm going to be on the losing side, I'm assuming, because I'm going to ruffle a lot of feathers when I say this. Flat out, Buc-ee's is way overrated. Buc-ee's is the Walmart of knickknacks on the side of the road.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Yeah.
You are going to
swear
anger a
God,
lot of people on this.
all
You
it
are
is, I
you
don't-
are on the wrong side of
It is not
this
that
argument.
great. It is not that great. I can stop at any old gas station, and guess what? I don't need to get a bunch of knickknacks with a beaver on it.
Yeah, but
Or a gopher,
But you
whatever
do.
it is.
That beaver
But you
is
I don't.
legendary.
And it's ugly colors, red and yellow. It's
Legend,
like McDonald's.
wait for it.
dairy.
I think Buc-ee's is as overrated as In-N-Out. So
What is the hot take here? Is Buc-ee's overrated?
Buc-ee's is overrated.
So she doesn't like fun things.
Buc-ee's, I'm not going to drive
She just
2
doesn't
hours
like things
to
that
go
are
to a
fun.
gas station on the side of the road when I could literally go down the road and just get my water and gum and stuff. I don't need to go in and get a bunch of random stuff with the beaver on it.
Okay, not just this state, but Texas. The views of Haley the Bear do not indicate the views of the Quad with Chris Young.
First of all, here's
I am so sorry that you do not understand the draw of going to Buc-ee's.
it is the Disney World of gas stations.
Yes.
To put it lightly. And by the way, their brisket sandwiches are so mouthwateringly
Preach.
good. It is
Preach, Ryan.
It's
You
a
tell her.
it's a religious experience to walk
You
into one of
tell
those.
her.
Watch them cooking the brisket. What do they yell? What do they yell? Briskets on what? I forget what they yell. It's whatever it is. It's amazing. It is church on
It's so
Sundays.
good, you don't know what it said. They say.
It is so succulent.
We're gonna make a shirt that just says succulent.
Yes, it does.
Flavorful.
Flavorful.
Have you ever tried their desserts too? Their whole dessert section is like it's like a carnival. It's Disney World of gas stations.
It's the Walmart
on
of
steroids.
knickknacks on the side
It's
of the road.
amazing. So the hot take is Buc-ee's is overrated, yes or no? And you are
Exactly.
going to get more crushed
You're gonna get
than the
crushed.
cereal
I'm
poll we
fine,
just
but
put out.
okay, I'm
Absolutely
pretty
demolished.
sure there'll be more than 3% of people
Right, that's
that-
you and
that
me. That's a
agree with
dub.
me.
That's a dub.
because any normal person is like, it's just I'm not.
Every normal person would be like, I
people
like
go
Buc-ee's.
out of their way to go to Buc-ee's when they're just spending more money than they need to spend at a gas station.
She's doing too much right now.
I'm not. It's just.
Then do you have a favorite gas station?
No, just whatever's convenient. That point.
Thank you guys, as always, for listening to The Quad with Chris Young. As always, I'm Chris. From producer Ryan, Haley the Bear, and myself, and Monsell. We love you guys. And we're out!
We love Buc-ee's. We love Buc-ee's.
You love Buc-ee's.
We love Buc-ee's.